As the Starship's engine test data streamed across the screens, Elon's ears burned with the voice message his son X had left at midnight. If Dad goes to Mars, will he forget to come back? In the Gigafactory control room, his trembling fingers halted the data feed. On that night bridging Thursday to Friday, everything had grown fragile because of a child's question. Lena appeared at the door in her faded Tesla uniform. The 25-year-old lead engineer had just returned from the cobalt mines in Congo. Starship's fuel cells won't work without cobalt mined by child laborers, she said, tossing a tablet photo onto the table. A 10-year-old girl playing with a dog wearing a Tesla logo around its neck. If this leaks to the press, burst into the control room at that moment. The 8-year-old waved a plastic Starship model and asked, "Dad, can the kids from the mine go to Mars too?" The numbness on Elon's face mirrored the look he had when watching the Falcon 9 crash into the ocean in 2015. Lena touched X's shoulder. "Even your toy rocket costs a month's worth of their water." The boy looked into his father's eyes and declared, "Then, let's sell my rocket." That sentence twisted Elon's gut. It overlapped with the pathetic whispers he'd heard in 2008 when selling his last car to save Tesla. Suddenly, an explosion alert blared from Starship's engine. Elon slammed his fist on the glass and shouted at the engineers, "Abort the test. Cancel all cobalt orders." Everyone in the room froze. Lena protested, but Starship clutched his father's leg. "Send the girl from the mine instead of me, okay?" Elon stroked his son's hair and murmured the words his father had said the day he sold Zip 2 in 1999. Sacrifice is worth more than inheritance. Then he turned to Lena. "Redesign Starship with lithium-ion. No matter the cost." Lena's eyes flickered. "But that'll take months." Elon pinned X's hand-drawn Mars map to the table. What was her name? Lena hesitated. Amina Ahas pressed his plastic Starship into his father's palm. "Tell Amina my seat is hers." That night, Starship's engines fell silent. But beneath the Gigafactory's roof, a rocket for Earth was quietly launched. The Starship test site reeked of lithium-ion batteries. Elon walked past the engineers, X's plastic rocket tucked in his pocket. With every step, it felt like the grit from Congo's mines crunched under his shoes. Lena, dark circles under her eyes, scrambled through data beside a massive battery prototype. "There's a 12% efficiency loss," she muttered. "Starship needs at least 93% for liftoff." Elon placed X's drawing of Amina on the table. "If humanity doesn't deserve 93%, we'll start with 12%. Lena's exhaustion was palpable. "But this is just a child's wish." "No," Elon replied, tracing the weld marks on Starship's hull. "This is a father's universal debt." Just then, X rushed in, clutching a miniature of the dog from the mine photo. "Dad, they sent Amina her dog." The metal figurine gleamed under the harsh lights. Elon remembered the hollow victory he'd felt selling PayPal in 2001. Now, a child's joy left him tongue-tied. Lena yanked out a battery cell. "The new design has a thermal balance issue. It could explode during testing." Elon eyed the red warning lights. "How long can it last?" 47 seconds max. "And what would we discover at 48? He planted X's toy rocket on the table. Lena hesitated. "Maybe a way to stabilize thermal expansion? Or humanity's breaking point," Elon added, ruffling X's hair. When the countdown began, every screen in the Gigafactory live-streamed the test. Children from the mines and Tesla employees' kids watched together. X clutched Amina's photo as the engine ignited, lithium-ion cells flaring violet. Lena's fingers danced over the keyboard. 35 seconds. 40. 45. Data raged across monitors. Starship's frame shuddered. At 47 seconds, Elon pulled X close. His son's heartbeat matched the shock he'd felt when his first rocket exploded in 2002. But this time, a child's breath warmed his back. At 48 seconds, the roar cut off. Silence swallowed the facility. A green line crept across Lena's screen. Thermal balance achieved. X tugged Elon's tie. Can Amina's dog go to Mars? Seeing the stars in his son's eyes, Elon recalled the night he got his first computer in 1995. Yes, he said, but first, every dog on Earth will be free. As Lena watched the violet flames lick the battery, she whispered to her sister's grave, "See? Victory isn't just in numbers." The next morning, a new sign hung at the Gigafactory entrance. Rockets for humanity, toys for children. Inside, X and Lena packed the first lithium-ion toy Starship for Amina. Gazing through the glass, Elon felt his father's ghost finally fall silent. Starship didn't reach space that day, but in a little girl's palm, a rocket awoke, touching the stars. At the new Starship prototype's unveiling, the ticking of Elon's Rolex synced with the pickaxes of Congolese child laborers. As Lena explained technical specs on stage, Elon noticed a photojournalist ignoring X's toy ship, framing instead his gold cufflinks. The genius saving humanity, a reporter breathed. Elon remembered the enemy of the people, screams from 2018 when he'd fled Tesla in his jet. He was trapped between extremes. Backstage, X sketched Mars colonies with engineers. "Dad, let's add a water bowl for Amina's dog in the rocket." Elon frowned. "We can't alter Starship's mass calculations." His son's fallen expression mirrored the day his own father had said, "Sentimentality is weakness." Then Lena's voice cracked. Test fire failed. Screens burned red. The lithium-ion batteries had exploded at 47 seconds. Laughter erupted from the press. A blogger screamed on livestream. The clown trying to reach space with a toy. Elon grabbed the mic, his Rolex crystal cracking. "This was expected," he lied. Sweat dripped like the ink on the fraud lawsuit from his Zip-2 sale. Lena pulled him aside. "My fault. I pushed thermal limits because you said humanity." Seeing her shaking hands. Elon remembered his father's violence. "No," he growled. "My hunger for victory did this." Max burst in, radiant. "Dad, the explosion was awesome. I told Amina, real science looks like this." His tablet showed her selfie, thumbs up in front of the blast. Elon's knees buckled. Crouching, he heard his father's words from 1999. "You're worth only as much as your money." He turned to Lena. "Release all test data? Open source," she gasped. "But competitors, let them steal it." He snapped. "What saves Earth isn't our egos, it's Amina's hope." Facing the press, he handed the mic to X. The boy asked, "Want to watch the next explosion together?" For once, the room erupted in real applause. That night, 3 people watched stars from the Gigafactory roof. A father, a son, and an engineer with a lithium-ion toy dog beside them. As X slept, Elon confessed, "We'll never launch Starship, will we?" Lena pointed to the glowing battery. "Maybe not, but this little light will guide kids lost in the dark." By morning, 2 letters waited on Elon's desk. One, his father's note, "Let weakness be your legacy." The other, Amina's handwriting, "Thank you for the Starship. The sky doesn't scare me anymore. Starship remains earthbound, but on a girl's nightstand, it lights up the galaxy." This translation preserves the emotional depth, cultural nuances, and stylistic richness of your original text while ensuring natural flow in English. Let me know if you'd like any refinements. If you liked it, stay tuned for more stories, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your location in the comments. For more stories, click on the video on your screen right now.